Okay, y'all, let's talk about what's actually happening in the housing market right now because if you've been hearing mixed messages, you're not alone. And yes, we finally have some good news. The interest rates have dropped. They were at 5.99%. And so we're sitting at over a full percentage point less than we were at the same time last year. Last year, meaning 2024, because this is a report for December 2025, even though it's January. So buyers and sellers are both feeling that shift. So we're going to talk about that more in a minute. I'm going to be cooking one of my favorite meals as I'm giving this update. It's my butternut squash ravioli with the brown butter sage sauce. The rosemary and sage are from my garden. It's all vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, nut-free. You get the picture. Recipes will be shared below as well with all the adaptations that I make in order to make it all of those things that I just listed. All right, let's dive in. So here's the big picture in simple terms. The Portland metro market isn't booming and it's not crashing. It's actually kind of stabilizing, which is a really healthy place to be, and I'm happy to see it at that place. When we look at the rolling 12-month average sales price, prices are just up about 3% higher than they were at this time last year. Inventory is an interesting statistic to look at. In December, the inventory dipped to just under 3 months. So, for context, 4 to 6 months is kind of considered a balanced market. Anything less than that is kind of seller leaning, but homes are sitting a bit longer, and our total market time is at 81 days on average now. Buyers are being more selective. They're kind of price sensitive, even with the rates dropping, and they're kind of expecting homes to be priced well and to be well prepared for the market. The days of listing anything and getting like 10 offers overnight is just not the reality that we're in today. So, looking at activity, new listings is about 6% less than it was last December, down 30% just from last month. But that's to be expected because when we go from November into the December holiday season, we always see a decrease. So I expect them to go back up in this early spring. Pending sales are down almost 7% year over year. But here's the twist. Closed sales are up 6.5% compared to last December. So fewer homes are hitting the market, but the homes that are available are getting to the finish line. And that's a sign of buyer commitment and confidence returning. So interest rates, that's the bright spot that people are talking about. And being more than 1% lower than they were last year at this time, this changes a lot of buying power. It's pulling some buyers back into the market who had stepped out when the rates were really high. And it's also motivating sellers who were holding off for fear that they weren't going to be able to afford their upgrade or their next home because the rates were so high. Let's talk a little bit about Portland Metro and wine country. In the metro area, there's still a strong demand for like walkable neighborhoods, homes priced under 600, updated mid-century homes, and anything with like an ADU or a space to add one. And we're still seeing some bidding activity when a home is priced correctly, and when it's like truly move-in ready. Not like 2021 with a frenzy, but there's definitely some healthy competition. And then if we look at like Yamhill County and Oregon wine country, the trends are a little bit different. We're seeing more like remote workers looking for space, people relocating from out of state, lifestyle buyers wanting acreage, and buyers escaping the intensity of like the Portland market and needing to spread out their search a little bit. So we're seeing homes that are well priced, around 700,000 or less, moving steadily, and luxury properties are still selling as long as they're well maintained and priced correctly for this market. So what this means coming up for buyers and sellers. For sellers, like price realistically. This is the key right now. Prep your home well. I have staging guides. I have home prep guides for free. Just reach out if you'd like any of those, and just expect a little bit longer time on market. But it's a solid pool of qualified buyers coming in, so this is great news. And for buyers, there's less competition, but we might start seeing it increasing again with these lower interest rates. Rates are friendlier for now, as you know, and I expect to see inventory start rising again in early 2026, like it usually does around the spring market time. Buyers do have a little more negotiating room on listings, though, than they did a few years ago. This is not a market where you like need to rush, but it's definitely there's opportunity, and we just need to be strategic when it comes to either side, whether it's selling or buying. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in 2026, this is actually the perfect time to start planning. The market's improving, rates are improving, and we can map out a game plan that fits your timeline and budget. Just reach out anytime. I'm happy to walk you through all the details, look at specific neighborhoods, just talk strategy based on whatever your goals are. Happy New Year, y'all. I hope to hear from you soon.